I was actually born out here.
Uh-huh.
And I've been in LA probably I would say almost my entire life.
Awesome.
And consistently, I would say, for the last 23 years or so.
And when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to have my own webcam interview equipment and interview other people. No. What did I want to be? This is actually kind of interesting. There was a lot of time, you know, like every other kid, there's like, you go through a series of things you want to be. But at one point, I really wanted to be a comedian. And my dream was to perform at the world-famous Comedy Store in Hollywood. And it's 21 and over, and I couldn't even go to it. But there opened up a comedy store over in Westwood, if you're familiar with Westwood, and it was 18 and over, but that one is since closed. And they used to have like an amateur night. I think it was like, I don't remember, it may have been Monday night or something, and like anybody could go on stage for 3 minutes. So all my friends were like, oh, Rabbs, you're really funny, you should go up there, you should do this, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, alright, let's do it. And I had like pretty much like what I wanted to say for my 3 minutes. And I went down there and I got my name on the list, and it was like right before I was going to get called on stage, and I was probably 18 years old at the time, and I went right up to the manager, and I was looking at the crowd, and they just looked like a hard room to play, and I said, get me off that list. And I just completely chickened out, and I shelved the whole idea, and so that was the end of that.
How old were you then?
I was 18 years old. And when I turned, and I still loved stand-up comedy. I loved going to that comedy store at 18. Should I be looking at the camera? I should be looking at you. What do I do?
Either, it doesn't matter.
Okay, and when I turned 21, the day I turned 21, on my driver's license, it said 21. I mean, most people that go weird, they go to Vegas or they go drinking. Not me. I went to the Comedy Store in Hollywood. That was the first time I could go in there, and it was great. I mean, it was like Richard Pryor was on stage. I mean, it was just like a dream come true. And that was fantastic. And then like fast forward a couple of decades, I guess, and I finally just like couldn't take it anymore, and I said, you know what? I want to try this again. I gotta find out. I can't die. Okay, I just cannot die and never know what would have happened if I went into comedy. Like, what would happen? Like, I just died, and like I could have been something, and I could have made people laugh, and I was like, this is so much a part of me. I mean, I've been funny since like the day I was born, you know. So it's like I got to try this. I got to go out there and I got to give it a shot. And this was like 10 years ago, and I tried it, and I actually started performing live, and in a very short time, the next thing you know, I was invited to play in the Comedy Store, and there I was on that stage. In less than 1 year's time, I had, you know, become like a regular at the Comedy Store, and I was playing the same stage that I had gone to when I was 21, and now this time I was looking down in the crowd, you know, and instead of the comedian in the front saying, hey, look at this guy, you know, these two guys must be on a date, it was me now saying it, you know, hey, are you two guys gay or something? So, like, whoa, we'd went full circle, and that was like a huge night, and like, you know, like, looking back over time, like, what shows were like my favorite shows or whatever, I would have to say the first time I stepped on the main room stage of the world-famous Comedy Store in Westwood was probably the biggest moment of my life, because I had gone full circle.